画面中的这个女生名字叫 Shay， 是一家订阅付费平台的主播。
I'm so incredibly narcissistic sometimes. It's great. Love myself. I walk around and I smile at people and I look pretty and I hope that someone's gonna get me unsick.
Shay 14岁的时候被父亲赶出家门，16岁的时候被诊断出患有自闭症以及多种心理人格障碍。
It's my mom's last heartbeat.
母亲的离世更成为压死骆驼的最后一根稻草。如此破碎不堪的灵魂，如何在这个世界生存？今天，让我们来走进 Shay， 听她讲述她的故事。
Begged her to stay. I thought she would stay. I don't want to be alone.
Right now, how do you make money to supply your drug use?
I'm on ODSP and I sell photos of myself. I actually love selling photos of myself. I'm so incredibly narcissistic sometimes. It's great. I love myself and I really enjoy sharing my artwork, which is I do a lot of lingerie photos and I sell them on like OnlyFans. In the first 4 months I had it, I was making $1,500 in the first 4 months, and that was just like when I was getting up there. I walk around and I smile at people and I look pretty and I am friendly, and I kind of just like hope that someone's gonna get me unsick. And they do usually, because I don't know, I find it's easier as a girl. I wouldn't want to be a guy actually dealing with addiction, because as a girl and like one that's like I'm not ugly, so I can, you know, my guy friends, they're good to me. I don't have to do anything for it, but they treat me well. And it'd be weird if like a guy went and tried to do that, you know, like they can't walk around downtown and expect to like get a toke from one of their friends, you know, like it's not like that for them. But I was lucky to be a girl, and I use that to my advantage, and I don't know if you could call me manipulative, but I use what I have to my advantage because I have to survive. I have autism and other problems in my head that cause me to not be able to socialize as well sometimes and like connect with people on levels that everyone else can connect on. I was bullied pretty bad thanks to school throughout grades 6 and 7 until grade 9. Halfway through first semester, I met a girl, and she was the first real friend I ever had, the first like human connection I ever felt I made. I made this first bond with someone, and we would go in the bathrooms during lunch and we would pass a razor blade back and forth. Her parents found out and they cut me out of her life, and I tried to on a very large bottle of Zoloft, my antidepressants at the time. I was taken to the hospital and gave me charcoal to drink, and it was horrible. My dad, he was verbally abusive to me, my brother, and my mother. And he would sit us down sometimes late at night, and he would lecture us till like, you know, later in the night, and we'd be tired. Nothing was ever good enough for him, so he was angry all the time. And he always said, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. I believe that very strongly. I say that a lot now too. And that's probably the best phrase to describe my dad, even, like, completely. He just tries so hard, and he doesn't really know how to fix anything, but he wants to so bad because he loves so much, and it hurts him how much he loves. But he doesn't know how, so he just ruins it, and that hurts him even worse. When he kicked me out, actually, when I was 14, he changed his mind and he begged me to stay. And I left because we had gotten in a fight over a haircut I wanted, and he partially there was some violence involved, and I didn't want him to have that on his conscience, that he had been violent with me ever, and I could see it coming. I could see it starting. He was at his end. He couldn't take it anymore. So I went, and I've been on and off homeless since. I lived with my best friend, and different best friends on and off, couch surfing, you know. I didn't attend high school ever because I was too busy looking for a place to sleep, usually. I went to 6 high schools. St. Teresa's in Midland, Barrie North Collegiate, Nottawasaga Pines, which I was kicked out of in a day, like half a day, because, oh man, I was arrested even in half a day because I skipped a class. They were really rough on me. They thought following me around and not giving me space would be the best way to deal with my autism and the fact that I'm a flight risk and that I can't handle when people invade my space. So I think that was when I went into psychosis and tried to bang down Alyssa's door because she switched my pack of smokes out with a different pack of smokes, probably accidentally. And tried to bang her door down, and then I called the cops on myself. And then the cops escorted me out with none of my belongings, mostly. And it was 3 a.m. I had to call my mom and her boyfriend at the time to come pick me up. And then I went to live with my mom. That was nice. I was at a very good point in my life. So I had a girlfriend. Her name was Faith. And we dated for 2 years. And she's the only reason I went to school then. I actually got some credits too. When I was dating Faith, I was like working out and eating healthy, and I was maybe content for a while. It's just a little bit content. You never really completely get to be content ever. We're always yearning for something. The tattoo I got done a couple months ago or something like that. And it's my mom's last heartbeat. She died on Christmas Day, this past Christmas Day. She was in a car accident on her way coming to see me from Elmville on Christmas Day with a homemade pie and presents. And she was in a head-on collision, and she got whiplash, and she died and was revived on site. And then she was rushed to St. Michael's Hospital, where she ended up, we pulled the plug because she had brainstem damage and couldn't breathe for herself. 4:23 a.m. Boxing Day, and she died in mine and my brother's arms. Yeah, I begged her to stay. I thought she would stay. I don't know how she didn't. She was always there. She was always, she was my everything. Like, most people can't go and say that that their parent is perfect, that they have no qualms with their parent. I had no qualms with her whatsoever. She was out of this world, beautiful, and she was like an angel, like an actual angel, like it's so difficult to explain because I feel like people think they can relate, but I don't feel like anyone can relate because no one was like my mom. She was just different. Like, she was the only one who ever truly accepted and understood me completely. I want it back. I guess she was too unreal that she's not real now. I liked car rides. I was always, when I was like colicky as a baby, they'd put me in the car and they'd drive me around till I fell asleep. So, it was always so soothing. And I don't know, I'd be in the car with my mom, and we'd talk, and I would be soothed, and it was just the best feeling ever. And I miss it so much. Oh, and she'd call me every day to make sure things were good, to update me, to remind me to, you know, like, my autism, I need some help. Sometimes, a lot of the time. And she would help me. She was my main caregiver, even though she didn't live with me. She wasn't like a caregiver, but she was. Like, she supported me in every way. Since she's been gone, I've been spiraling.
这次采访过后，Shay 有过几次心理崩溃，其中一次因为他被性侵，对方被告上了法庭。但是在对方律师无情审问之下，Shay 打来电话，希望我带他离开法庭，他要放弃这次诉讼。中午休庭的时候，我带他吃了点东西，在安抚之下，他平静了下来，勉强答应下午继续出庭。
Have a nap, then I'll wake you up in 1 hour, okay?
Okay.
但是在车里稍微休息片刻之后，醒来他还是决定要放弃，因为他的毒瘾犯了。
I'm having delusions and hallucinations at the moment because I went off my medication when my mom passed, and I haven't because I wasn't able to make the appointments without her. I was confused, mass confusion, like just not understanding anything, and I was scared because I was alone. And I had no one to run to. And then my brother busted through the door pretty much, and I don't really know why still. Or why I don't really know why he was there. I think my family had been trying to contact me. It might have been like a weird coincidence. I think it was a weird coincidence, kind of. He came through the door, and I'd never been so relieved in my life as I was when I seen him. It was just like I wasn't alone anymore. I don't want to be alone.
最后一次见到Shay是因为他需要我帮忙给他拍摄一组照片。这一次他的精神状态是我见过最好的一次。很大的原因是因为身边有了男友的陪伴， Shay 终于不再孤独了。这期的故事就到这里了，记得点赞关注这个频道，我们下一期见。
From my psychiatric evaluations and some other stuff, like most of what I struggle with is caused by abandonment issues, like having been abandoned and like PTSD from that. I have PTSD or complex trauma and borderline personality, which is kind of comes from complex trauma, and borderline personality comes from being abandoned usually, or feelings of abandonment, and that's all it takes is like you feel abandoned. It doesn't even have to be like real abandonment. I want to make a positive mark of some sort. I want to change something, someone's life, and I do every day. I reach my goal every day when I interact with people, but that's what I do. That's what I'm here for. I don't really like care to go to school, or well, I'm gonna go back to school, but I don't care to like go to school or have like goals like that, you know, like they're pointless to me. It's bigger things, you know.